Hey you guys, Phoebe here from Little Grey Box with Matt behind the camera, and today we are in beautiful Paris as part of our Squad SQ adventure with the team at Singapore Airlines, where they send 8 adventurers to different corners of their extensive network, and lucky us, we drew Paris. Now if you haven't watched our first video from this series, go back and watch it and then come back here so you are all caught up. Over the next few days, we are going to be uncovering some of the very best things to see, eat and do in Paris, and we are starting here at Notre Dame Cathedral. Now Notre Dame literally means Our Lady of Paris, and it is consecrated to the Virgin Mary. It's thought to be one of the finest examples of French Gothic architecture, which makes it a must visit. It is absolutely stunning. Now as we all know, on April 15 this year, it caught fire and the world watched it burn. The fire destroyed one of its spires, it destroyed the oak framework and the lead roof as well, you guys. But as you can see behind me, there's no entry obviously because it's just not safe in there. It's all kind of boarded up and sealed off so tourists can't get too close while they fix it. And from what I understand, it should take around 5 or so years for the restoration to be complete. But look, even if you come and visit during the next 5 years, it is still worth coming to see it because it is always gorgeous to look at.
Enchanté.
Here we are, of course, at the iconic Louvre Museum, home to some incredible works of art, including the Mona Lisa. Now this is a very, very popular attraction, so the lines are notoriously long. I have been lucky enough to visit before, so didn't feel the need to redo it again on this trip, as I've kind of been in there, seen there, done that, and wanted to do some different things. But you guys, if you haven't been before, you absolutely should go, and it's a perfect thing to do on a really hot day, or if the weather looks like it's going to be a little bit overcast. But my advice to you would just be to plan out the things that you want to see and make sure you get here early and do your best to try and avoid those queues because they can be a killer. Now I know it's a cliche that people always say you should just get on the streets and wander around when you're traveling, but in Paris it is so true. We have been walking around all morning, just going wherever we felt like, and it has been beautiful. We've seen so many great cafes and streets, we've taken a million photos, and we have ended up here at Bibliothèque de Nationale Richelieu location. Now I really wanted to come here. This was like a selfish thing for me because I love libraries. I have a very anxious mind and I've always found books and words and writing have been soothing to me, and I love the peace and quiet of a library, so it was so lovely to go in there and see the huge oval reading room. As a tourist you can get in for free, but you can only go a couple of steps in, and that didn't matter to me at all. I loved that there were no other tourists there, just locals. I could see all the books and the architecture, and it is absolutely stunning. But now we're going to do something a little bit different. Now I saw these retro Paris tours which take place with Vespas and sidecars online, and I thought I have to do that. I think that's our guide and we're just creeping on him from across the street. We better go say hello.
Hello guys, from Paris. Here is our map of Paris. She's from the artist Fosca World. She is very famous around there. She made this map just for us.
Beautiful.
She's done the tour with one of the boss 3 years ago when they started the company. She fell in love with the driver, with the concept. So she made this map just for us. What I recommend is today we go visit the Sacré-Cœur, which is the Bohemian area of Paris.
Yes.
So we'll start going Vendôme Square, Opera House, the Galerie Lafayette,
Okay.
Moulin Rouge, which is a red light district.
Okay.
If you need to do some shopping, you can let me know.
Never understand things that we want, but you keep coming back. I want love you don't know, so why are you here? Yeah.
retro tours. Paris offer amazing sidecar tours throughout the city, and you guys, I cannot recommend this enough. We have only been going for a little bit of time, and Matt and I have these smiles plastered on our faces. Our guide Ramon is the man. He is so cool. I'm in the sidecar, Matt's on the back of the motorbike. It is so much fun. Now in terms of prices, your tour rates range. You can do like a couple of hours, an hour and a half like we're doing, or you can book them all day. For us, I believe it was around 160 euro for the two of us for an hour and a half guided tour with Ramon, and it is worth it. We are loving it. I have never seen Paris this way. We have seen so many things. We're whizzing down little streets, and we're here at Moulin at the moment, and it is just divine. So
let's put the sun back in the sky. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say I'll say goodbye. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say goodbye. There's only one thing. Let's put the sun back in the sky. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say I'll say goodbye. Yeah, I'll say goodbye. Don't call me back, just say goodbye.
when it comes to getting around in Paris, you have a few different options, but by far the easiest and cheapest has to be the metro. I mean, everywhere we've gone, it's only cost about €1.90 one way, and that is just cheap, you guys. The trains come quickly, and there's nowhere you really can't go. We've been using the free app Maps.me, which we always tell you guys about, and it has been fantastic at plotting the routes for us, like it has now when we're on our way home. So I'm going to show you how to buy your tickets. It's really easy. There's English. And one thing I will say, you guys, is just to be wary of pickpockets while you're on the metro. I think that if you use an appropriate amount of caution and keep your bag to the front, if you're with somebody, just keep an eye on each other. Just be aware of people bumping into you and trying to distract you, things like that. You should be fine. But if you are careless, things can happen. Your bag can get slashed. So don't be careless. Keep your bag to the front and keep your eyes on each other. Touch here to buy your tickets. It's all very intuitive. Tickets for Paris region. Oh no, I think we went this one. Full fare, yes. 2, because there's Matt and me. €3.80. Alright, and that is it. We are going up the pink line, so we're going to go this way. And you guys, like I said, it's really easy to figure out. If you've ever used a public transport system before, you're going to have no troubles. And even if you're a newbie, it's really intuitive. We have been staying here in Marais, that is Le Marais, and it is a fantastic district. When I was looking at the map for where we should stay, I was a little bit unsure about this spot. I didn't know if it was too far out or if there was a lot to see and do in the area, and it turns out it has been perfect. Now this area is actually Paris' oldest district, dating back to the 13th century, and the place we are staying is right here behind us. This is Hotel du Petit Moulin. Forgive my terrible butchery of the beautiful French language, but this hotel is really, really special. Now you'll notice the boulangerie at the front there. That is the original shop front that they have restored and maintained. It used to be a bakery, and it is in fact credited as being the first bakery in Paris. This is where Victor Hugo used to come and buy his baguette every day, and he of course is the author, the poet who published Les Miserables and The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So this place is incredibly special. Now it is part of the small luxury hotels group, so it is boutique. There are a small number of rooms. The staff here are really lovely, and what I like about that is the personalized service. They know who we are every morning. They know where we've been, what we're doing. When we see them at breakfast, they're so kind and sweet to us, and I really am starting to love that personalized stay over really big hotels. So you guys, each of the boutique rooms here have been designed by Christian Lacroix. Matt tells me that's a big thing on Absolutely Fabulous. Lacroix, sweetie, Lacroix. And it really is absolutely fabulous. Now in Paris, you will know that rooms aren't typically huge. And I would say that this room for a Parisian hotel is huge. This is really spacious. This bathroom is fantastic. The shower has the rainforest shower head, which I love. Great for washing your hair. Great water pressure as well. And then of course behind me is our window. I love this. It's just such a cool thing to be able to open up your windows and see everything and hear the street sounds. It's just like you're inviting Paris into your room. So we had ourselves a nice couple of hours resting in our hotel room, but you guys, we are starving. And after all that sightseeing, both Matt and I were craving burgers, so we have come here to Hank, which is right around the corner from our hotel. They also have a pizza shop, but burgers won tonight. We have never eaten here before, of course, so let's go inside and give it a try. No day in Europe is complete with at least one visit to a gelato shop. This is just a nondescript one right near our hotel. I can't even remember the name of it, you guys. Doesn't matter. They serve up beautiful gelato. And shops like these are dotted all over Paris, and I recommend you visit your local gelato supplier in Paris at least once a day, if not 3 times. It's the perfect way to end this hot day, and unfortunately for me, this is melting quick, so I'm going to stop talking and start eating. Good morning, you guys. So it is our second full day here in Paris, and I have to tell you, we have been experiencing some wild weather. Now on the first day that we arrived, that was the really hot day you probably saw on the news. It was 41 degrees, that is 105 Fahrenheit for my North American friends. It was so hot. Matt and I thought, you know what, we're in Paris, let's get out there, let's get on the streets and experience this thing. Heat? What heat? We're from Brisbane, it's hot, we'll be fine. We were not fine. We both just about got heat stroke. And then today, it is 20 degrees cooler than it was the first day we arrived. It's about 17 to 20 degrees today. Now, I'm going to butcher this, but here's my best French at it. Musée de Picasso. Oh, yes. So we're going to go in there. I think it's about 17 euros each to get in. We're going to try and beat this rain, see some art, get cultured, and then maybe afterwards grab some food. I love walking around in here. It's so nice. It's like a reminder that you don't have to do things perfectly, which is something I struggle with a lot. And there's no right way to do something. There's no right way to paint or draw or create. And I love that, especially with this job, creating videos, creating content. But more than that, it also makes me want to go home and start drawing. I just want to pick up a pen and start scribbling and just get it out, you know?
Have no fear, baby. I will leave you never.
After all that culture, we have worked up quite the appetite, so we have come here to a local market, Marché de Impulse Rouge. Oh my gosh, my French accent is terrible, you guys. This is actually the oldest covered market in Paris, and it was established way back in 1628. Now the name means Market of the Red Children, and it refers to a nearby orphanage where the children all used to dress in red, the color of charity. But now it is this bustling food market, and I am starving and it smells incredible. So we're going to have a wander through there, and we're going to try and find some delicious local food to try. So we did a lap around the market and we ended up here at Epicuri, Italian. There's lovely ladies in the back. At Epicuri, fine Italian, and the food looks amazing. I think you're looking at plates of food for around 11 to 13 euro each. So definitely a bit of a budget option, and there's heaps to choose from, you guys. They've got loads of different cuisines, sweets, fresh food over there, lots of drinks, lots of different things to try, so you could easily do a bit of an eating tour. So I thought I would bring Matt to my favorite art gallery, my favorite museum here in Paris, and it is the Musée d'Orsay. I really love this gallery. It is home to probably the most important body of works around the Impressionist movement, and I just love it. I could spend all day in here, but let me give you the hot tip. If you come here in the last hour of the day before they close, they will just let you in for free, as they just have done for us. We were there queued up and they said, hey, just walk on in, all of you. Get in there and enjoy your last hour. So we're gonna have a bit of a walk around now, and I'm gonna show Matt some of my favorite pieces. I believe there is one heck of a Van Gogh hanging up in here.
Gotta let you know, 'cause I can't let you go. No more wasting time. We got all the play.
It is incredible, the sheer volume of artworks and sculptures. Personally, I love the paintings. I just love them. They are huge. Some of them you have to stand in front of for 10 or 20 minutes just to see the full picture. They're breathtaking. To be able to get that close to Monet, Degas, Renoir, it's incredible. If you only visit one gallery, one museum, make it this one. We thought it was about time. We got our teeth sunk into some traditional French food, you guys. So we have come here to Le POTAGER de Marais, which you can see behind me. Now they specialize in beautiful French food that is all plant-based, which is perfect for me and my tummy. I found it online. It has amazing reviews. I don't know anyone that's eaten there personally, but I'm about to. It's about to be me and Matt. So let's go over there and get our feast on and see if this place is as good as it sounds. Not believe how good that smells. What does it smell like? I mean, it is French onion soup, so it does smell like French onion soup, but it smells incredible. And Matt's got one heck of a spud laid out in front of him too. I think we've done something really right for ourselves today. I'm gonna eat this right now. Oh, okay. The bowl's really hot. This is gonna burn my mouth, and I don't even care. My mouth is watering. That is so flavoursome. That's amazing. Oh my goodness, that food was so good. I am so full. You guys, it is 20 past 8. Now, let me tell you what happens in the Southern Hemisphere. It's dark. If it's not dark at 5 p.m, it's definitely dark by 7 p.m. Look at this, it looks like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This is the third night that Matt and I have tried to make it to dark, and we're failing again. We just cannot make it to sunset, which is something like 9:30 or 10 p.m. So we tried to stay out late. We had a late dinner, and here we are walking back to our amazing hotel. So we're just gonna get another great night's sleep, and then we're gonna hit it again tomorrow morning. I will see you again in the morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, you guys. So we are starting our day here at Hotel du Petit Moulin with this beautiful continental breakfast. Now let me tell you, I have had my fair share of continental breakfasts. They usually involve some bread, some cold cuts, and a little bit of disappointment. This place is nothing like that. The pastries are fresh, the bread is incredible, they've got plunger coffee, fresh juices, there's granolas, everything is simple but so well done. And another thing that my introvert side really likes is being a boutique hotel and a small hotel, we rarely run into people. And if we are down here and there are other people, it's usually only 1 or 2 other tables. We have only spent a couple of days here so far. We have barely scratched the surface, and we have got so much more planned. And all of that is going to be in our next video. But before we end this one, there are a few tips and tricks I want to share with you about visiting Paris. Firstly, make sure you pack some really comfortable walking shoes, you guys. I've been wearing my New Balance sneakers constantly. We bought Matt some brand new hiking boots. Not that we've been hiking, but they are really comfortable before we came to Paris. And they have just been a godsend. We have been walking everywhere, we've been on our feet all day, and having really good shoes has made all the difference. I wouldn't recommend anything flat with no support. Secondly, we flew from Brisbane to Singapore with Singapore Airlines, and then Singapore to Paris also with Singapore Airlines, and we were very, very grateful to get to experience their business class products. It was a dream come true. The service was impeccable, the food was delicious, the seats were comfortable, we slept the whole way, it was amazing. But my tip for you is this: I have done the flight from Brisbane to Paris before, all in one go, and I was so tired when I got here. It really did take me a couple of days to recover before I could get up and get running and start seeing and doing things. By flying from Brisbane to Singapore and then having 1 night, 2 days in Singapore to do some sightseeing, then flying from Singapore to Paris, it just broke things up and it made it easier. Matt and I recovered quicker, the flight times were great, we flew overnight, we woke up in the morning, we were ready to go. So if you can break up your journey, I would recommend it, and hey, you'll get a bit of extra time in Singapore too. I would also recommend organizing an airport transfer from the airport to your hotel. Now this is particularly important if, like us, you come from the total other side of the planet. I mean, if you're coming from within Europe, it's a bit of a different thing. But if you're doing those really long haul flights, you're going to arrive in Paris, you're going to be tired, and trust me, you will be very, very happy when you see your driver standing there waiting for you to take your luggage and make your time easier. You guys, I would also recommend just walking around the streets and finding great things to see and do on your own. It's a bit of a travel cliche when people say, oh, just wander, there's so much to see and do. And I don't normally give that kind of advice because I think it's too broad and too cliche. But I'm going to give you that advice here in Paris because that has been some of Matt and my favorite time over the last couple of days. We have just loved wandering down back alleys, just walking through the streets, pausing where we like, checking out cafes. It has been really, really nice. And lastly, I would just say to pack for all different types of weather. We've been here for 2, maybe 3 days, and we have experienced extreme heat, we've experienced rain, we've experienced cooler temperatures, we've experienced it all. So make sure you pack things for all different kinds of temperatures. We are here in late July, so it is summer, and even still we have found we needed coats and umbrellas and the like. So be sure you pack for every occasion. Be sure to check out our next Paris video, which will be coming to you next week. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Now, if you don't already, be sure to subscribe and say bonjour in the comments below. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Love ya.